Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, and welcome to the round of 32 for the 2021 Spring Tournament. We have an exciting matchup for you tonight for sure. In one corner, we have the number one overall seed, jat2980, who went 3-0 out of the Dr. Un pod, versus shoombabi, who was 2-1 out of the Medusa pod in the stages of the pod round. Both runners were victorious in their first round of 64, leading to this matchup confrontation of the new duck in shoombabi versus the old mallard in Jat. My name is Luffy. I am joined in the booth tonight by Hate13 and Wildham, pushing buttons for us behind the curtain. Hate, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Wanted to make sure I got in to do some comms on this, because, well, Jat's the reason that I'm no longer in the tournament.
I think Jat may or may not be the reason a few people are still not in the tournament, so no shame in that. He's a great quality runner. shoombabi's going to have his work cut out for him tonight, but he's been doing some great practice and some real good improvement lately, so we should be in for a treat.
Very much so, and this was a particularly interesting party that they drafted here. At least, I think so.
Yeah, it sure is. You want to tell us how they started this out and how this went about?
Yeah, it started off with, with Jat ceding the first pick to shoombabi. shoombabi picked black belt. Jat followed up with Thief, Red Mage, and shoombabi, going in kind of a little bit of chaos mode, decided, you know what, let's go for a secondary black belt.
It is an interesting party. It is not one that I would have chosen, but you know what? That's why I'm not racing this race, and I'm getting to watch it and see what happens. We're a few minutes here from getting going. We dropped the runners on the gates about 10 minutes ago. Question in chat. So what are the blursings? So the blursings, the black belt gets plus 20 vitality at the expense of minus 10 MDef. So MDef's going to kind of stink a little bit, but they're going to have a lot of HP pretty soon. The Thief has plus 40 vitality, which is huge. And then the Red Mage gets plus Katana at the expense of a Pro Ring.
And it looks like we're seeing Zap and Fast at level 1, as well as Invis 2 and Heal 3 on the white side.
Okay. I like seeing Fast early. Zap, not the worst spell in the world to see at level 1. It's certainly not the best, but it'll do the job in the early game.
Yeah, hopefully it'll do it for him, because that's pretty much what they got for a sweeper right now.
Heal 3 is pretty good, too. That's going to be some nice utility for that Red Mage.
May as well make use of those, the ability to get some white magic. And Jat already running all the way up to Toph and jumping in. Looks like he's checking the chests first, hoping for probably something useful or maybe some extra spending money. Ooh, is where shoombabi got jumped by some bones on his way up. Don't like that.
Alright, and right away on Jat's side, you see one of the new flags in the round of 64 and 32, the Monster in a Box, which is both a polarizing flag and one that has some favor depending on who you talk to.
I personally like it because I feed my inner loot goblin too much, and Monster in a Box at least lets me get a little XP while I'm doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a fan of the flag myself. That's a mage stick right there for Jat in the box to the left of that monster. Pretty good. Free fire too. That'll be a nice early sweeper.
Yeah, that makes up for the not so grand other spells that landed. And Shoom already down to a Thief and a Red Mage still alive. Well, I wonder if they'll pick up anything else. And Jat just sent Garland off into nowhere.
Exiled to the fourth dimension. Thank you, Zap. Yeah, we get a crown from the king and a ruby from the princess. So the crown's a good turn in. You'll be able to hit that up with no free bridge. We're going to be walking toward that side of the inner sea anyway. But the ruby doesn't do us much good right now.
Yeah, the king was tired of being king and decided to just give you the crown off his head. Either that or he had somebody steal it from Astos because, you know, Astos is a jerk.
Alright, Jat on his horse, already out of Corneria, on his way over to see what this crown's going to turn into.
And wonder if Shoom is going to pick up both, or it looks like Shoom is only picking up one of the black belts. I can agree with this play.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm wondering if this was his plan from the beginning here with the double black belt and just kind of force that three-man party. It's a play, that's for sure.
It's a quite understandable play. It's funnel some more XP down to the folks and have one less person to have to kill off when you do find a grind tile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, question in chat from Guthrie asking, are there any new flags for round of 32? Burnt Reynolds with the answer. Thank you, sir. 32 is the same as 64. No changes.
And Jat's making his way over to Astos, trying to zap him, which it's not going to be the easiest thing to do. And I blinked and I missed what Astos has instead.
Astos got some pretty good M-Def, so Zap not going to be the best spell to use against him, but this Mage Stick will get us there, provided that Black Belt doesn't get smacked down.
Looks like Astos has been, pretty kind and not hitting that hard, so I think they're going to get there.
Yeah, a little punchy, nothing really to worry about. As we got CC in chat, Crab Cakes talking Zap is 3 and 256. I'll believe anything she says, so I'll agree with that.
And it looks like Astos has a shiny rock that he will give you once you beat him down.
Oh, how nice of him.
Yeah, I know, right? He apparently got angry after his crown was stolen and went and, stole some material from the dwarves, hopefully to make his own.
It's convenient. Now we can just go right back up to Dwarf Cave and make that turn in, so at least you don't have to walk all the way to the Pirates or something to pick up the Adamant, so this is fine.
Yeah, that's a convenient thing, and whilst Shoom did get a little bit of a beating, he did manage to take Astos down using those iron nunchucks +2 that he found in Corneria.
And we got the slab from the smithy, so nothing that really can help us again early, so it looks like Marsh and or Ice Cave are both going to be in our runner's future at some point. Ooh, Ogres with Thunder, that's great.
Well, better hope that they pick up some more tents or something here soon.
It looks like shoombabi did not save after that initial Astos fight, so gonna have to do it again.
Yeah, with luck, he'll actually have more people survive it this time. Who knows? And Classic Gamer, this actually was not forced. This was a draft. They did this to themselves.
Yeah, we're in this for quite an evening right here. Get some popcorn, buckle up. We might be here a little while unless we find a pretty good grind tile.
Well, Life 2, level 3 white, and Fade, which I don't think he'll ever be able to learn.
No, I believe that is white locked. But we got Quad X at level 3, so that's pretty good. I like Quad X.
At least they're in Elfland and can check and see for anything on level 4 and hope. Or ignore it and just move on over to check and see what the old men have.
Yeah, this is a move that doesn't surprise me with Jat. He is not going to check that magic shop unless he has the money to buy the spells. Jat's one of our runners in the community who does VOD reviews for some of us newer players, and he brought that point up to me once when he was doing a review of my run, and that's kind of stuck with me. So seeing him make that play is not surprising at all.
And I couldn't tell if it was regular wolves or the great wolves, but one of them had Zap, which he reset out of, and yeah, he's not had much luck getting beyond or getting into that swamp yet.
So we got Ogres with Thunder, and we got one of the wolves with Zap, so this is going to be a fun early game.
Alright, let's see those arachnids have something rude too. Come on, come on. Well, making use of Zap and sending a troll off to get a little bit of money, a little bit of XP. and, not die horribly.
Interesting play there by Jat, walking through the swamp there and avoiding the river system. I'm assuming because he didn't have really any kind of a good sweeper spell. He was looking to avoid those nasties in the river. So I'm gonna commit that one to memory. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've taken to doing that as well because I just am sick of those swarms of Karibe. All right, well, shoombabi showing us what's in level 3 or level 4. We've got Nuke and Lit 3 both in level 4 black.
I will absolutely take Nuke right there. That's about as high up on the food chain as I want to see Nuke in my level of spells, but I will take it anywhere in the first 4 levels that I can get it.
Any place where you don't have to go to the second page to get it, that's acceptable to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when your only magician is a red mage.
Right. So, for a red mage, though, pretty good magic with Life 2, Nuke access, Fast access. We have not seen Temper, which could prove a little problematic, but we'll see how that works.
Yeah, though, honestly, if they grind the black belt up to 42, they're not going to need Temper.
No, they won't. It'll be a luxury at that point, especially since they have Fast at level 1. I mean, that black belt will be doing 20 hits for ungodly amounts of damage.
Yeah, and the old men gave them, gave the runners, or Jat so far at least, gave them the old scuba suit.
Mm-hmm. So that means we got a couple chances left here with the pirates to be able to give us something useful. Otherwise, Marsh and Ice both in our runners' features.
And Jargony's asking in chat, with a black belt at minus 10 MDef, does it make sense to grind it to above 42? If you're looking for just that MDef, yeah. 44, 45 would make up for that minus 10. Whether the runners want to take the additional couple of levels, though, that's a different beast.
Mm-hmm. It looks like Jack got himself down to 3 party members as well. A little bit less time, a little more time than took shoombabi, but both of our runners rocking the 3-man party.
What a surprise! The character named Dead is dead. Oh my, I am so shocked.
Raise your hand if you saw that one coming.
I just have to, raise the beige alert for that one.
Alright, Jack gonna give us a look at level 2 magic and see what the pirates have.
And Shoom making the, looks like he's going to be making that early volcano play. Probably to hit the armory, hope for something useful, check a couple of grind tiles.
I am a fan of the early armory check myself. I have been yelled at for it by certain runners, but it's a play that I like to make just to check these tiles. shoombabi finds a good one there. Not going to do us much good early, but boy, that's a good one to find.
That is a big old tile.
Mm-hmm. I want to say that's number 2 or 3 on Lord Fizzlebeef's list of best grind tiles, the 2 to 4 Gas Dragon.
I have no idea which one it is, and looks like Biggie was holding the construction equipment and dug out the canal for him. Too bad they still don't have a ship. Well, Bracken lit 2 at level 2, so at least you got something to potentially deal with Kraken and Tia.
Mm-hmm.
And Cure 4. Alright, yeah, the Red Mage is doing alright for Magic now.
Yeah, Red Mages are just fine.
Alright, well, it's time to see if Jat gets to see what the ogres pull out. Nope, Jat just sends him off to the nobler land.
Alright, let's see. Jat not going to make the Ice Cave play just yet.
I can entirely understand that as well. The levels are doing okay, but he doesn't have warp. He doesn't really have that many sweepers that would be viable for Ice Cave.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely understand skipping it. Also because hashtag never ice.
I will always go to ice before marsh if I can, but that's just me. But I understand. I just hate Marsh Cave.
I'm not a fan of Marsh Cave, but I hate Ice Cave more. All right, Shoom pulling up on Bicky. Time to beat him down. And Jat making good use of that level 2, or that level 2 ice. Lightning 2. Ugh. I can English, I swear.
Jat probably gonna... Yeah, he's got a few bucks here. He might check out level 4 magic now, or maybe not, because he's missing out on that nuke.
Yeah, though I don't think he's quite at a level where he'd have any charges for it yet either.
I think he's level 8, so maybe he would have 1 charge. It wouldn't do him very much good. Lightning 2 and the Mage Stick should be okay to get you through Marsh Cave anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Mage Stick he will definitely handle most of the undead in here. As long as they don't have anything amazingly rude. Let's see something amazingly rude. Let's see something rude.
Lemon Kitsune is saying, hashtag always ice. I can get behind that. I am a big fan of always ice.
Nah, ice hurts too much. Too much random, like too much variation in what's in there, and it just... I always seem to run into like, oh, this pack of wraiths has lightning 3. This pack of shadows or of images has thunder. This pack of frost wolves is blaze. Oh god, just end my pain.
Speaking of running into something, Jat reset out of those werewolves. I'm not sure if that was just because they were spamming Cure 3 and being annoying, or if they actually had something.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Let's see, Shoom making the play to Matoya, finding nothing good there, and just leaving that. Jat finding the ship immediately.
First box, you'll love to see it.
Oh, and Alva Snow, thank you for pointing out that the werewolves apparently had trance.
Oh, that'll do it.
Werewolves thinking they're DJs tonight.
So Jat, not even going to look in another box, just going to get out of there and save his ship. Can't argue with that move at all. And shoombabi, a man after my own heart, heading on up to Ice Cave.
It's a bold play. Let's see if it plays out for him. Unless it's a floater, it's not gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as Jack can get out of here, he'll have access to the rest of the world. It seems like the Karibes are particularly jumpy tonight. Just keep ambushing people, too.
I think that was mute touch as well. That's pretty annoying.
Yeah, it's the Karibes are almost always not fatal. They're just so blasted annoying. I mean, that being said, I would much rather see mute touch than stun touch.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to wonder, though, why Jat didn't pick up a couple other chests just to try and get some cash. Because he's only got 3,600 right now, and that's, I don't think that's going to be enough to quite cover everything.
Yeah, I agree, but, I mean, gotta go fast. I get it. I tend to open too many boxes as it is.
I have a big problem with my loot goblin, so yeah, I can, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot, I'm finding a big pack of things, which was extremely flammable there, and just lighting them all up.
And about the 16-minute, 45-second mark, Jat is out of the Inner Sea and into Melman.
Get that fancy slab translated, and then just sit on it for a while, because they ain't making it there yet.
Alright, they got Warp. I think that's promotion locked in the second slot.
Yeah. And Wall, which, yeah, you're probably not going to really need.
Alright, so we're going to see a Ruby turn in here from Jat. Probably check some tiles here real quick at Earth Cave 2. There's 3 on the first floor, so why not? That's another pretty good tile there for shoombabi, but I don't know if he's got the firepower to get through it.
Ooh, pack of 6 waters is the first encounter. That's not a fun one. Mummies and whiz mummies, that's actually not too bad, especially with that mage staff.
So that 3 to 6 water fight is very lucrative for XP, but it is full of danger. So I can understand Jat wanting no part of that right now.
Yeah. And looks like the first drop down, or the first encounter on the drop down, is Frosties, and we've got some Paralisks as well. As long as they don't roll anything too rude, it's, you know, not super dangerous, just annoying. And it's looking like Jat's going, and I'm going to burn up some undead here for a little bit.
It's not a bad move. It's going to be dicey to try to get past these waters on the way back out and save these levels, but, I mean, with the Thief, he should be able to run away.
Hopefully. It looks like he was only taking a couple of them before he realized, I only have 10 more cure. Ooh, glancing waters.
Yeah, that's a problem. Got to get away. Okay, we made it.
Well, at least he's got 1 soft and almost no more potions left.
Jack going to give us a look at one of the spike tiles here. This is my preferred room to go look at the spike tile because it is an off encounter when you walk back and forth toward the door.
Yeah, it's always a good thing to have. Not exactly a great spike tile either.
Some money, though, which we're going to need.
Alright, Shoom hitting up the 6-pack, and well, let's see if he finds anything of use. This is, well, Rune Sword -2 for the Thief to swing, and a crap spike tile.
These Gators going to hit hard. Running low on resources, shoombabi.
Swing and a miss on the 6-pack, so we're looking like either the vanilla incentive chest or one of the chests on the off part of the ceiling floor. Whatever you want to call this one.
Okay. Ice required with that rod. Jat not turning in that ruby. That's interesting.
I'm wondering if he memory hold it.
Yeah. He could just be seeing that Oxyel and just be thinking Melman, or thinking on-rack, because we still need a vendor item. We have the waterfall here with the robot, but I would really like to see what that ruby turned into.
Yeah, it would be useful to see, just because pure curiosity as well. And crab cakes, I can agree that ruby turn in sucks sometimes, but